Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like you didn't recognize the person staring back at you? Are you tired of feeling trapped in your own negative thoughts about your body? Do you find yourself constantly obsessing over your appearance and worrying about what others think? If so, you may be experiencing body dysmorphia. Our aim here is to offer a message of hope and inspiration, and to provide valuable information to support you on the journey to self-acceptance. Let's begin with what exactly is body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphia disorder, or BDD, is a mental health illness that involves a preoccupation with perceived flaws or defects in one's appearance. The highlight here is that the perceived flaws or defects are either not evident to other people, or are so slight they are barely noticeable to others at all. Those who struggle with body dysmorphia might repeat behaviors like looking in mirrors, asking people constantly for validation, or trying to hide or cover up perceived imperfections in their body. Can't you see how significantly that person's quality of life can be impacted by this behavior? On a daily, even an hourly basis. Understandably, this behavior can result in social isolation, deep despair, anxiety, and, in more extreme situations, suicidal thoughts. Though the exact cause of body dysmorphia might not be fully understood, studies believe it's a combination of genetics, one's environment, and psychological factors. So let's break each one down briefly and take a deeper look. Studies show that body dysmorphia tends to run in families, therefore it's believed that hereditary factors may contribute to its onset. Studies have suggested that those with a family history of body dysmorphia, OCD, or related conditions, may be at a higher risk for developing body dysmorphia. And not just that, it's believed the development of the illness may also be influenced by specific neurotransmitters in the brain, literally influenced by how your brain is wired. Then there's the belief that the development of body dysmorphia has an environmental component. This involves cultural pressure to meet unrealistic and unreachable beauty standards. Perhaps within one's family, physical appearance was frequently stressed or criticized, or the individual was in an environment where things like bullying, teasing, or childhood abuse or trauma occurred. Also, significant life transitions, such as beginning a new career, leaving a relationship, or going through a significant illness or a change on one's physique, can cause or exacerbate BDD symptoms. Then there's the psychological factor. This involves the cruel mix of perfectionism and low self-esteem. These two psychological traits may raise a person's chance of developing body dysmorphia. For one, the person is more sensitive to perceived imperfections in their appearance, and two, poor self-esteem or unfavorable self-perceptions lumps bad feelings about their appearance and a fixation on their perceived defects right on top of everything else. Then there's anxiety and depression, both of which frequently occur with body dysmorphia. Added to that can be distorted thought patterns, blowing things out of proportion, indulging in black and white, all or nothing thinking, and overgeneralizing, all of which can develop into body dysmorphia. Having said all this, it's important to note that people are different, so they can experience the disorder differently, with different characteristics. Body dysmorphia is a very complex condition that can have multiple contributing factors. Also, even though someone is displaying traits of body dysmorphia, that doesn't mean they have, or will develop the disorder. These are simply signs to be aware of, and watchful of, if you notice them in a loved one. Now, like many disorders, there's triggers. These triggers can vary from person to person, and what seems to be a trigger for one person may not be a trigger for another. But some common potential triggers for body dysmorphia might include the person experiencing worry and distress when their physical appearance changes, whether the changes are actual or only believed to be so. Another trigger is the person comparing their appearance to that of others, especially those who are viewed as more attractive or ideal. This can result in that person feeling self-conscious about their looks. Then there are those activities that put people in social situations, like parties, first dates, or business gatherings, that can cause anxiety and anguish concerning one's appearance. Casual remarks made by others can be a trigger. When people criticize or make negative remarks about how someone looks, or criticizes their weight, it can lead to emotions of humiliation, anxiety, and low self-esteem. Then of course, there's social media. Here a person undergoes a barrage of pictures and messages that endorse unattainable beauty standards or places an unreasonable emphasis on looks. Things like beauty filters, which are popular with social media sites now, can result in unhealthy behavior for those with body dysmorphia. These beauty filters are used to enhance and, in some cases, actually alter the appearance of the person using it. These filters are being used to remove blemishes, smooth skin, make the person appear younger, lighter, darker, change that person's features, or completely change the shape of the person's face altogether. These triggers are far from exhaustive, but being on the lookout for, and recognizing triggers as early as possible can be key to early help for your family member or loved one who may be suffering from body dysmorphia. Now that we've gone over some potential triggers, let's discuss what body dysmorphia can look like in two major affected groups: teens and women. Teenagers are particularly susceptible to the effects of body dysmorphia, because this is the time in their lives when they can be quite self-conscious about their looks and how others perceive them. Teenagers with body dysmorphia may be anxious and embarrassed about their alleged physical faults, which contributes to a poor self-image and low self-esteem. As a result, they may avoid social situations or feel awkward engaging with others due to their anxieties about their looks. This can lead to social disengagement and total isolation. Can't you see how body dysmorphia can adversely affect a teen? This is the time of their lives when they're so impressionable and so desperate to fit in and be accepted. Significant levels of anxiety and sadness can crush a teen, because they may feel overwhelmed by their perceived defects and feel hopelessly powerless to fix them. Teens with body dysmorphia may have difficulty performing academically and professionally due to the negative effects body dysmorphia has on their mental health. All of this can result in affected teens engaging in unhealthy behaviors, such as excessive exercising or eating disorders, in an attempt to address their perceived flaws. This not only affects their mental health, but can lead to physical health complications as well. Can't you see how important it is for parents, teachers, and caregivers to be aware of the signs of body dysmorphia in teenagers, and to seek professional help for them if needed? Early intervention can help prevent the negative effects of the condition, and support teens in developing a healthy self-image and positive sense of self-worth. Now, let's look at what effect body dysmorphia can have on an adult. Body dysmorphia can have a significant impact on women, as a result of societal pressures to conform to narrow and unrealistic beauty standards. This can trigger poor self-esteem and a negative body image, resulting in shame and concern over their looks. Like with teens, the detrimental effects of body dysmorphia on a woman's self-image and self-esteem can cause depression and anxiety. Also, women with body dysmorphia may exhibit unhealthy eating habits like purging, excessive exercising, or restricted dieting, in an effort to correct what they perceive to be defects in their physical appearance. Body dysmorphia can cause a lack of social confidence and make it difficult for a woman to connect with people, both of which can contribute to social retreat and isolation. Finally, body dysmorphia can have an adverse effect on a woman's everyday life and functioning, resulting in challenges in relationships, difficulty at work, and a general decline in quality of life. It's important for women who are exhibiting symptoms of body dysmorphia to seek professional help as soon as possible, as early intervention can help prevent further negative effects and support the individual in developing a healthy self-image and sense of well-being. Speaking of treatment, there are a number of ways body dysmorphia can be treated, in both teens and adults. One of the more popular ways is through cognitive behavioral therapy, a type of counseling that focuses on recognizing and modifying unfavorable thought patterns and actions connected to body image. This treatment can help people in recognizing and dispelling harmful attitudes about their appearance, while creating good coping mechanisms. Then there's medication that's frequently used to treat anxiety and depression. These drugs work by controlling neurotransmitters in the brain to alleviate the symptoms of body dysmorphia. Finally, there's support groups. These groups can give people with body dysmorphia a sense of belonging, and a chance to interact with others going through the same things. Ultimately, it's important to seek professional help from a qualified mental health provider who has experience treating body dysmorphia. Treatment is usually long-term, and may involve a combination of different approaches, depending on the individual's needs and preferences, so families need to be prepared to be in it with their loved one, for the long haul. Then, there are things you can do to actively participate in your own health and well-being. For one, most definitely do all the research that you can concerning body dysmorphia and how it's treated. This might give you a better understanding of your symptoms and triggers, as well as give you a sense of empowerment as you work toward managing this illness. Find a therapist with experience treating body dysmorphia. We can't say this enough. A trained professional can offer direction, encouragement, and resources to assist you in controlling your symptoms. Practice self-care, like exercise, getting enough sleep, taking part in hobbies, participating in group sports or games you enjoy. This can enhance your overall health and well-being. If possible, you may want to join an advocacy or support group. Making connections with those who have body dysmorphia can provide a sense of belonging, validation, and be an incredible place for stability, comfort, and support. In addition to that, be open and honest with your therapist and loved ones about your thoughts and feelings. This is vital. Also, you want to challenge negative thoughts as soon as they spring up. Get practice recognizing and disputing self-critical thinking, and use positive affirmations to replace these thoughts, while you concentrate on your abilities, talents, and successes. Keep in mind that the road to recovery from body dysmorphia requires patience and perseverance. Be kind to yourself and acknowledge minor accomplishments, however small they may appear to you, as you journey along this road. You can take significant steps toward a more positive body image and enhanced quality of life by actively participating in your own treatment and prioritizing your self-care. Hear me, love, you can live a fulfilling, productive, and happy life. Many people with body dysmorphia do. You are not strange or different. This disorder is very common. Simply Google body dysmorphia or body image issues, and celebrities or rich and famous, and see the number of results you get. You'd be surprised at the number of famous and well-known people with this very same disorder. Now let's share briefly about body positivity. As most of you already know, body positivity is a social movement that promotes the acceptance and appreciation of all body types, shapes, and sizes, regardless of what society may define as beautiful or attractive. Body positivity promotes the acceptance of one's own body and those of others, as is, just the way you are. At its heart, the body positive movement challenges conventional beauty standards that might be hurtful and exclusive, in order to encourage self-love and acceptance. Next, what can you do if someone you know or love has body dysmorphia? Love them. Accept them. Be encouraging and understanding. Let them know you sympathize with their situation and are there to help in any way you can. Don't pass judgment or criticize their appearance, instead, reassure and encourage them. Avoid comparisons. Refrain from making remarks that your loved one could take as criticism or condemnation, and refrain from comparing their looks to that of siblings, family members, or to others in their circle. Instead, concentrate on their excellent traits and the aspects of them that go beyond their appearance that you find attractive and admirable. You want to learn about body dysmorphia and the difficulties your loved one might be experiencing by researching the topic. By doing so, you'll be able to understand their situation better, support them more effectively, and be an active part of their recovery. Lastly, and most importantly, urge them to get help from a mental health professional. We can't say this enough. If you don't take anything else away from this video, body dysmorphia is a serious mental health issue that frequently calls for medical attention, just to manage it. Help your loved one find a therapist, counselor, or other mental health expert whose practice focus is on body dysmorphia. Remember, you are not alone in your struggles with body dysmorphia. There is help available, and there is hope for a better tomorrow. We hope this video has provided you with the information and inspiration you need to continue the journey to health and wellness. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more great content on love, relationships, and personal growth. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.